You receive a compliment and feel proud. You're insulted, and suddenly your day is ruined. But ask yourself, why do the opinions of others control you? Why do we hand over our peace, to applause or to insult? The Stoics believe that true freedom begins when you stop being ruled by praise and criticism, not by becoming cold, but by becoming centered. In this video we'll explore why Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca all taught indifference to external opinion, and how this simple shift can change your entire life. Praise feels good, but it's a trap. Most people chase approval like it's oxygen. A like, a compliment, a pat on the back, it feels good, and that's exactly the danger. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." In other words, real growth requires ignoring what others think. And sometimes being misunderstood is the cost of integrity. If your mood depends on whether someone praises you, you're not free, you're a puppet, and the string is their opinion. Criticism hurts, but only if you agree with it. Now the other side: insult, judgment, disrespect. Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has reviled you who has insulted you, but your opinion that these things are insulting." That's the Stoic truth. Criticism only stings when you accept it as true, or when your ego is too fragile to handle it. If someone calls you lazy, and you know you're working hard, does it change your effort? If someone mocks your path, but it aligns with your values, why give it weight? The Stoic doesn't fight insult with outrage. They respond with clarity. They ask, is it true? If not, ignore it. If it is, improve. Either way, you stay calm. Marcus Aurelius was the most powerful man in the world, yet he warned, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." He understood the absurdity. We know ourselves better than anyone. We live in our own mind, and yet we surrender that truth for the passing approval of strangers. This is why Stoics trained to be self-validating. They anchored their confidence in virtue, not vanity, action, not applause, discipline, not popularity. So whether the crowd cheered or booed, they stayed steady. How to practice Stoic indifference daily. This isn't about becoming a robot, it's about creating emotional independence. Here's how to build it. First, start with self-definition. Ask yourself, who am I without anyone's opinion? Write it down. Define yourself by your values, principles, and habits. That becomes your internal compass. And when someone praises or insults you, ask, does this align with who I know myself to be? Journal your attachments to praise. Seneca said, "What progress have I made? I have begun to be a friend to myself." Start by observing where you crave praise. Do you feel better when someone validates you? Do you change behavior to earn applause? Journaling these questions reveals the ego's trap. You'll notice how much of your mood is outsourced. And with that awareness comes detachment. Visualize being misunderstood and standing tall. This is a powerful mental exercise from the Stoics. Picture this. You speak your truth, and people mock you. You do what's right, and people say you're wrong. You walk your path, and they say, "That's stupid. Now ask, will I continue, or will I fold?" Train yourself to walk through judgment without bending. This mental toughness is what creates the calm, grounded energy of Stoic confidence. Don't let praise corrupt you. Here's what most don't realize. Praise is often more dangerous than criticism. Why? Because it feeds your ego, it blinds you with approval, it tempts you to perform, to please, to drift away from your truth in exchange for recognition. Epictetus warned, if you are ever tempted to look for outside approval, realize that you have compromised your integrity. When you build your identity on praise, you chase trends, you avoid hard truths, you shapeshift to stay liked. But when you build on character, you become untouchable. The opinion of the crowd means nothing. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, the approval of such men who do not even approve of themselves means nothing to me. Most people don't know what they want. They judge from insecurity, projection, or boredom. Do you really want to build your life on the whims of people like that? The Stoic mindset says, I will live with virtue. If the world applauds, good. If not, I remain the same. When you're attacked, be the wall, not the echo. Someone criticizes you unfairly. The world misrepresents you. They twist your words. You could argue, defend, spiral, or you can be the wall. Let their words hit, echo and fall. Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." When you remain composed, reflective, and quiet, while others rage, you gain real power. You show the strength of someone who no longer needs to win arguments, because they've already won peace. Praise and criticism are just noise. You choose the volume. The Stoics didn't block out the world completely, they simply turned down the volume of what didn't matter. Seneca said, "It is not the man who has too little who is poor, but the one who craves more," and that includes the craving for recognition. You can still appreciate a kind word. You can still reflect on honest feedback. But you no longer depend on it. You stay balanced, rooted, quiet in your strength. A 5-step Stoic process for emotional independence. Pause when praised or insulted, don't react. Observe your impulse. Ask, is this true? Does this align with who I am? Remind yourself, praise and blame are not virtue or vice. They're just opinions. Return to your values. Did you act with honesty, courage, discipline? That's enough. Move on in peace. Let the world talk. You walk. Final thoughts? Live with quiet confidence. The more you grow, the more the world will have something to say. Some will love you, some will mock you, some won't even notice, but you will notice. You will know when you stayed true to your path. You will feel when you acted from clarity, and you will sleep at peace, not because you were praised, but because you were honest. This is Stoicism, not coldness, not arrogance, just freedom. Freedom from approval, freedom from judgment, freedom from needing anything outside yourself to be whole. Let the world clap or boo, you keep walking. Keep